What's up, Shazam family? Today we're taking the fight to space. It's Shazam versus Sinestro, the battle of the S's. Sinestro is interesting. He only has one good wake up, Arachnid Sting. It's sort of an uppercut special. It's -10, so very difficult to punish for Shazam. The thing is, you can beat it with jump 3. I know, crazy, right? So let's set Sinestro to wake up with Arachnid Sting. Now, Arachnid Sting is generally a fairly good, really quick startup, great vertical and horizontal hitbox, but as you saw there, you notice the invincibility can be a little wonky. So my straight jab got through. It's very inconsistent after a Herculean might jump in, or dash up. I don't get it very often, if ever. It seems to be like not random chance, but it's very difficult. Now, however, after back 1, 2, 3, you can land a stand 3 raw. I just don't understand. You're +6, I believe, on hit. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so you're +6 on hit. It takes 12 frames. So you're looking at, like, this hitting on frame 6 if you do it perfectly. I don't know how the invincibility works on this move. Yeah, I don't get it. But that essentially means Shazam has ways around Arachnid Sting. One of the ways to do that is a jump in, jump 3. This beats it straight up. The best part is you get one of Shazam's best combos. Whoop. You get one of the meatiest, dirtiest combos that as a Shazam player you will ever have the pleasure to actually land on another character. Mm, 58% damage. So that's a really good way to do it, right? After Herculean Might, jump in, very early jump 3, and you can do whatever you want after that. There you go. Now, this is not the most consistent thing, and you have to use it really high up in the air. You have to hit it fairly high up. Now, what this means is if Sinestro gets used to this, dude, he's just going to down 2 you. He's going to backdash. So this is really another conditioning thing. It's an early matchup thing. It's something that you hope that the Sinestro is so accustomed to be using this move that they won't even think about it. They see you jumping in, they'll use it. And then you get to follow up with something like this. And again, that's best case scenario. You want to program your Sinestro so that you can do stuff like that, right? So you're not always landing those jump 3s. You're doing stuff that's a little trickier. I believe that jump 2 loses regardless of what you're doing. There's no way to get past sort of that yellow wall of light there. So from there, I mean, obviously, so what we're doing, we can armor, we can block. Now, again, blocking is a little tricky, or at least the punishes. You got to be very on point. You only have 2 frames to land your jab. But if you're Solomon Judgment up, you can land a ton of damage off something like that. And then, yeah, you can teleport to the side. So that's the way to do it off of Herculean Might. Gosh, but that jump 3 is just so beefy. The other thing that's kind of interesting is if you noticed here, you cannot grab Sinestro after Herculean Might at the current distance, right? You just can't do it. However, after this hits, or after that misses, I don't know, so it looks like Sinestro's hurt box is moved up a little bit. You can grab him straight up. So while this is difficult, it's impossible to punish on block, On whiff from this distance, it's very, very easy. So he can't even hit you till about here, right? Until you're about 2 characters away. You can do a little walk up and then just bonk. Now, where it gets very cool, actually, you know what? Let's just try this. There's a very interesting, like, right in the back. So it's very difficult to cross this move up. You can do it with a little hop, so you have to jump and do nothing else. Gosh, is it a tiny pause? Yeah, it's a tiny, tiny pause. Whoop. Again, tiny pause, jump over, and you'll avoid that sort of the very back of Sinestro's arachnid sting. And I don't think you can beat this any other way. Yeah, too difficult to do. Yep, so there you go. That's how you do it after. Yeah, there's no double dash tech that'll help you beat that outside of just straight up mixing up their wake ups. So they'll hit the wrong buttons on wake up. Oh yes, and then after Achilles clutch, oh, this is so good. It's just free. It's free. I wish I had known about this, you know? It's great. So it's so fun. So yes, after Achilles clutch, you get a free jump 2 if you time it correctly. Right? So then you get 12% on top of whatever else you want. It's not even that difficult to time. It's so good. So, what did we learn today? We learned Sinestro has an incredible wake up, a lot of invincibility, but a little wonky. You're not going to want to test that. What you are going to want to do is beat it with your jump 3 after Herculean Might, or beat it with your jump 2 after Achilles clutch. I believe that you can beat this with jump 3 at at a very specific range and time. But it's more difficult than jump 2, and jump 2 will net you more damage overall. But still, that's a nice combo. Oh, Shazam, my boy. So yes, that is how you fight Sinestro on his wake up. He only has one good wake up, Arachnid Sting, -10. It can be beaten from Achilles Clutch as well as Herculean Might with your standard jump-ins, which is incredible. And again, something I really didn't use back in the day. I just did not lab enough. There you go. I'm trying to make these a little more succinct. We're all done here. Later, gang.